you so much, Oyaya, for coming through. You had a busy schedule, but trying to find you.
From my money to come here.
Asante sana.
I was busy today. It's okay, I'd forgotten, but it's okay, I'm here.
How's business, though?
Yeah, business, as we can say it, El Chapo style. It's Ruto dynasty. So, tuko hapo, tunangangana. Hapa ni mambo na ukwe fit hapo utengenezwe.
Yeah, true. I totally get what you're saying. Sasa, during your days when you guys were riding, there's an argument that's happening right now that the reason why you guys were not having highway attacks is because there was no highway.
Yeah, there are no highways.
So you don't think highway attack is a bad thing, or
okay, it's a new term. We didn't used to call it highway attacks. We even used to call them randoms.
Or used to call them randoms?
Not even randoms is a new thing. It was just a meetup. Basically, it was just a meetup. And that is where racing started, by the way.
That's how it started?
Yeah, that's how racing started. That is how road racing started. That is the birth of road racing. Because we used to just meet, do laps, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Up, down where?
Like Mombasa Road. You start from Apo, the roundabout for Kasarani. Ama the roundabout Uhuru Park Apo. You go around it, then you go all the way to the airport. The airport roundabout, that time there was no those mini checkups there. The airport was freestyle. So you go to the roundabout, you do the loop, you come back to the highway.
And do it over and over and over again.
Do it over and over again.
So you guys were having fun compared to now you think we are...
No, we're all having fun. Depends. They always say the game never changes. It's only the players who change.
It's only the players.
It's still the same game.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. So could you tell me a little bit about your transition from superbike to the GS that you're having? First of all, could you tell us about this bike that you came with?
This is a prototype.
It's a prototype.
Because there's none of its kind in Kenya or in the world. Yeah, it's a combination of 4 types of GSs.
4 types of GSs. What do you mean?
It has a GS frame, a GSA frame, on an LC body. Yeah, I know you'll go and Google all those.
Definitely, I'm Googling. I'm just listening so that for the record.
Yeah. So what I did is the LC is a bit lower compared to the GSA, because the GSA gives you the full adventure touring and all that. So, but I love the LC body because it's more trimmer. The GSA is a bit bigger. But the GSA frame is nice because it's more rigid and a bit taller.
Okay.
And the suspension's a bit like 1 more inches extra. So I did that combination, combined an LC body kit on a GSA frame. Then there was one failure with BMW before all this. It's called what? The fuel pump regulators used to fail. And that only came from the 2019 models going up. And this is a 2018-14 combined.
They rectified in the 2019
year? Yeah. So they removed the fuel pump regulator. So I changed the wiring. I put a 2019 wiring, computer and everything. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. This is basically a prototype. It's an upgrade. So you can't say these are 2019. It has 2019 to 2014 parts, all of them combined in one. Yeah.
So is it like you did it yourself, or?
Yeah. This is my homework. Yeah.
So it's been a project bike?
It's a project bike, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's made from 3 write-offs. I bought 3 write-offs and combined it into one.
And what's BMW saying about it?
I don't know, because I always leave them when I go for rides. They never see me. Even the 1250s never see me. Even the superbikes never see me. So
this is a 1200. Okay.
It's a 1200, yeah.
Why did you move from a superbike to this? And which superbike did you used to have?
I've had all bikes, literally.
All bikes?
Yeah, you can't imagine. My first bike was, before that, my first ever bike in life, and I bought it off a showroom, was an Apache.
Apache?
Yes.
Which year is this?
That is, that moves. Which year was this? That is 207? Should be 204, 207 there.
That was the first bike you ever bought?
Yeah, that's before I used to ride other people's bikes. That was the first bike I ever bought. And I bought it brand new. My first bike, I bought it brand new from a showroom. That was a big achievement for me.
Here in Kenya?
Yeah, here in Kenya. From Kanjano. Here in Kenya, yeah. Then I moved on to DR because I'm more of an adventure guy. I had 2 Oma. And I got a DR 750, yeah, DR Big 750, yeah. I rode it for 1 year, then I met this guy called Alan Styles. My friend from way back.
Alan Styles, who's...
Alan Mugai. People call him DJ Styles.
Oh, DJ Styles. Yeah. Oh, I've never known him by his real name.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's called Alan Mugai.
I should have him on the show.
Yeah, you should be
hopefully.
here.
Uh-huh.
So we're neighbors down where I live. We've been friends quite for a long time. We all the way from campus and everything. When we used to play basketball, we still used to go to their campus, trash them, and still cooler. There were women plus. So he told me, dude, hey, we're going for a ride.
Embarrassment after embarrassment.
Yeah, so he called me, dude, we're going for a ride. Those days, there was nothing like WhatsApp. There was nothing like. It was just you call your friend, we're coming. You call another guy, we're coming. That was it. There was no group or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you get it. Must have been difficult.
So if it is a Saturday, you guys do collabs. That's why it's called a collab. Anyway, that's where the word came from, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so I went for this ride with them, and everyone was in a superbike. Alan had just gotten his, was he on a 600? I think he was on the 600, the CBR, fresh from Atlanta. Was it Atlanta?
Shipped fresh from Atlanta.
Bought it, yeah. Those days, those guys used to roll in money. They used to buy brand new bikes. Them making a shield,
Oh, kuna Apache.
It's going Apache. I had upgraded to a very old 750 kickstart. Yeah, kickstart by the way. These are 750 with a kickstart.
Wait, a superbike with a kickstart?
It's not a superbike. It's an adventure. It's a touring adventure.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Those Madaka things.
Oh.
So I think we were going. The meetup was where I think South Sea, and just from Thika Road to South Sea. The way those guys were riding, I was like, no, I'm in the wrong bike. So I went shopping.
Gapping?
Yeah, I went shopping. And my shopping was Google. So I went to Google. I checked which are the fastest bikes in the world. Unajua naingia Google. Top 3 fastest bikes in the world. That is how I searched for my next bike.
Which ones did you see?
So there was a Busa. That time it was a Busa.
Yeah.
It's called what? Honda Blackbird. The ZX14. Those were the 3 reigning bikes at that time. The ZX12.
Okay.
So the one which I could get easily and at a good price and in a good condition was a Honda Blackbird.
From out of the country?
No, I bought it from a guy called Sagini.
Sagini?
Yeah, he had a Blackbird.
You still there?
That time, yeah, he's still there. He still rides. He has a K1600 GT. So we all moved to the big bikes now. So Sagini got me this bike. I bought it from him cash. Kuna mambo ya madeni.
Your time
Things
currency.
were good. Ruto was still not in power. Things were good. We had our presidents had people who had done economics. People used to understand these things. So I got the bike, and I called Alan and I told him I'm ready for a ride now. Yeah. Then he called me, dude. You know that's how it always starts. Dude, I'm playing in Nakuru. Will you guys give me an escort? That time it was usiku. We left here at around 6. His gig was starting at around 11. Yeah, so he was going, we go, we give him psych, then we ride back. So we went, can't remember his name, the guy, he had an S1000, the fastest S1000 ever, 2013.
The
model.
fastest?
Yes, the first ever.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Kenya.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was a 2013 model. The first generation kabisa, as in, zile za kwanza kabisa. Yeah, so we went, the 3 of us, and we nearly clocked some zebras up just between Naivasha and Nakuru. You know where the zebras are always crossing.
Yeah.
At night. Yeah, I remember. We just saw things jump across the road. So after that was my first bike. I stayed with the Blackbird for 2 years. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I stayed with it for 2 years. Then I went to and I bought myself a K1200S because I got into the touring bikes thingy because they were the fastest bikes anyway.
That was too soon.
And I was big, and those are the bikes which could handle my weight. Yeah.
So you moved from superbike to GS bila kununua shamba?
Bado, no, that was an S. This is a GS. I bought a K1200S.
Oh, okay.
That's still a superbike.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm the first guy in Kenya to ever race a BMW, by the way, if you didn't know.
Well, yeah, already a lot has happened under your name. Like, so this K1200S, I've never heard of it actually.
It's I think I was riding it before you started riding.
That's obvious.
Yeah.
But, unanichafua.
I had it for 3 years. I got into nasty accidents with it, 2 accidents. And all those 2 accidents, I was declared dead on the scene.
What?
But I'm still here alive.
Wait.
Yeah.
You had 2 accidents and you're declared dead on the scene.
On the scene, yes.
Where and where?
Next to Juja and one at Allsops.
Still no Thika Superhighway.
Superhighway was just fresh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just fresh. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
What caused the accident?
One, I was hit from behind by a guy who was chasing me.
A biker.
Yeah, not a biker,
A car.
a car.
Okay.
I think I passed him and he got excited, so he started chasing me. And you know, beamers with braking. So I was coming into a junction, so I braked to turn. He didn't see me brake. He just came and forgeared me all the way. And I forgeared 2 bikes which were in front of me. I forgeared another car. So his car was a write-off. The bike I forgeared was a write-off. My bike was a write-off. The car I hit in front was a write-off. But I came out unscathed. But I was declared because I was unconscious at the scene. So everyone assumed I was dead. So everyone started posting RIP, Oyaya, RIP. In that time, I've just been carried by an ambulance. Okay, I woke up in the ambulance on my way to Aga Khan. It was Aga Khan, yeah. I woke up, they checked me, there was nothing. I went clubbing the same night.
Why do you think you made it?
Safety.
You had gears.
I had gear. I was wearing a Kabag helmet. Kabag is German, by the way.
Kabag.
Yeah, and the bike I was in.
It's German.
Yeah, actually, the bike is what saved me because I was hit from behind, a good one. Now, you see, like this bike, yeah? My bike has the S. It is one single seat, all the way from here to behind. So when the car hit me, see, like this bike. So when the car hit me, it hit me like this.
Okay.
Okay, all of these just disappeared. So this seat went like this. That is what shielded
The pillion seat.
Yeah. The whole seat, because it is one single seat. So it went like this. So that seat basically shielded my back, everything. That is what saved me.
You were thrown in front or you were just still on the bike?
I was thrown. But because the seat cushioned all the impact from behind, that's why I survived, nothing else. There was no miracle or anything. So you got you. No. It is the seat of the bike that saved me. Yeah.
You know, I heard that when you're declared dead on the scene and then you're carried by an ambulance and then you wake up, they finish you. Is that a rumor, Mama? It's a
maybe they finish weaklings. Me, the way I wake up with Fujo. You can't even think of. I wake up with Fujo.
So the next accident, what happened?
The next accident, I was chasing one DJ Mo.
DJ Mo Spice.
Yes.
Which year is this now?
Which year was this? This was a bit later. It was a bit recent. It's like 9 years ago. I think 2015, 17 there.
2015, 17.
I think when DJ Mo was just fresh into his biking, that was his first bike. It was a Gixxer. It's a 600. Should be, yes. Yeah, 600. Yeah. So I just bought the bike. So, again, he's a guy of gigs. So he called me and Edu. We go support him, promote his gig. So we went. Then when we left, that time I think he used to stay around South Sea. So he told us to escort him. To just do the turning and come back. But when we entered the highway, the excitement got too much.
I know that feeling.
So we all pulled out. Now, when we were coming, there was a car in the middle of it. It was around midnight. There was a car. So DJ Mo was on this side, Edu was on this side, I was behind. Okay? Then I passed them. No, I didn't pass them. I wanted to pass them because kawaida kitambo ilikuwa mwisho bibi achura. So I turned like this and Mo went like this. So the car only saw Edu's and DJ Mo's lights.
Didn't see yours.
These are superbikes, so they had single lights. So to him, it was a car.
Oh.
He assumed it is a car coming. So he moved to let the car pass. And me, I was taking these guys on this other side. So I flipped the car.
The car moved to your side?
Yes, it moved to my side. So
to
I
your
flipped
lane,
it. Yes.
Okay.
I flipped it. I think I skidded on that road like for 300 meters. Because my leather got burned. Literally, yeah. My skin was hanging because of it's called, what was that thing? Mafuta. Ajele mafuta tumbo. Yeah. That is the thing. The only thing that prevented my insides coming out.
Yani, like uko na mafuta mingi hivyo?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No, the thing is, I was on a leather jacket.
Na ikaisha?
Ikaisha, because I was skidding like this.
Ikaingia kwa tumbo?
Ikaingia kwa tumbo, skin ikaisha, ikaingia kwa mafuta.
Hiyo ni lami.
So by the time I was reaching Hosi, I remember even when Doc was called, when I was still at the scene, Edu gave him the...
This is at night?
Yeah, that night. Doc told Edu, there's nothing much you can do. That guy is gone. And okay, Edward Saiki, simama katikati ya barabara, stopping cars to avoid guys running over me anymore. In Gizzard me, there's a Sudanese guy who stopped. He was okay because I was bleeding all over. I was so bloody. And it was a Range Rover or something. He didn't mind. With all my blood, I was put inside his car. And he didn't mind. I was rushed to Hosi. And believe it or not, in the morning I was in my house. Okay, but I lost my memory for 2 weeks.
Concussion.
Yeah.
But your
It was a good one.
your stomach
Again,
was...
thanks to my helmet, because what stopped me was the barrier. You know, those tumor barriers. Because I hit it, it bent. At that time, I was wearing a Scorpion. So I never got cheap on my helmets because of that.
Which one is this?
This is a BMW.
Is it?
It's an original BMW, equivalent to a Shark, Kabag, and all those. A Schuberth.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah.
But how comes it's not in the market?
Because it does not sponsor MotoGP. Here, people buy what they know.
Okay, so the things they've seen on MotoGP.
The things they've seen on TV. People don't buy quality. They don't go for reviews.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. So, what would you see like there's a very big difference between bikers during your days and the bikers right now?
During our days, we knew everyone.
You knew every biker?
We were not many. We were like 20, 30.
In the whole country?
Yeah.
And that was easy to trace, yeah?
Because there were no borders then. If you saw a bike on the road, it was either Kenya Power guy or a Nairobi Water guy. Or a vet guy. Yeah. And there were no guys, as in, if you could tell, if a bike was bought, we used to go and receive it.
All of you?
Yeah.
Where? At the...
the guy was where it was being brought, because there was the guys used to import bikes. So if a bike is coming, we all know a bike is coming. And the day it arrives, we all go and receive it. Yeah, that is how kidogo we were. It was such a big thing.
But these days we are a lot of bikers.
These days, you don't even know who's bought a bike. If someone is down, you have to confirm, is it Boda or... you get...
Because the number of Boda and superbikes is almost equivalent.
Yeah, actually Bodas are more. And the Chinese has flooded the market, so everyone is a rider now.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, you've talked about gears, like you were gearing up, and then when you're going for rides, and then that saved you big time. During your days, was it like that important when you're going for a group ride? Everyone would just come as they are.
During our days, looking cool was everything.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember those days we used to go to the gym, we were all pumped up. We had the power and everything, so we could appear for rides wearing vests and sunglasses.
Just squeeding.
Yeah, the looks was everything. Those
no
days.
Helmet?
Helmets. Where will you buy helmets? From where? No one used to sell helmets. There were no shops. There was no single biker shop in Kenya.
So what made you that day decide like you want to put on your gears, and then, because all the 2 accidents you've mentioned, you had your gears? It's
like I'll say, there's something what to puuza. When racing was started in Kenya, like I told you, the birth of racing were those highway collapse we used to do. And people sat down and decided, if you can be doing these things on the weekend, why don't we just turn this into a proper race? Thanks to DJ Stairs and everyone. There were 7 of us. We met, sat down, and decided to. That was in 2013. And that's how racing started in Kenya. That's how we were able to do the first ever superbike racing in East and Central Africa, because of that. Now, when racing started, I was the one in charge of safety and the technical setups and all organization. I was the secretary then.
For
the treasurer and everything for TSA.
Oh, the Superbike Association.
Superbike Association. We're the founders of TSA. It's actually the first ever bike organization in Kenya, ever.
Is it still in existence?
It is in existence, but politics took over it.
Who's the chairman now?
I don't even know if you ask me.
But you're the founder. You're the founding.
We are founders. You know, let me tell you, when you start something, you start something with a passion. Because we all started with a passion. We didn't care about making money out of it. In fact, we were pumping our own money. Remember, I was the first guy ever to make a racing team, by the way. Blackrose Racing. That was the first racing team in Kenya, by the way.
Blackrose Racing team.
Yes, that's the first official bike racing team in Kenya. 2013, first superbike racing. It was the only branded team, and it had racers. Akina Paul, Akina Kimenyi, Rampe, Devi,
No
Dagi.
Styles, no?
No, Styles obviously cannot be in my team. He's a power by himself, so he has to be opposition.
You could not recruit him?
I can't. We are competitors. You can't recruit a competitor.
So you're friends and then competitors at the same time?
Good friends compete.
So I'm assuming he started his own?
Yeah, obviously, I saw what I was doing and I was like, "Hey, dude, I can do this too." So I started racing.
But you're both members of the GSA.
Yeah, and basically the racing team, what people don't know, the racing teams were started to support bikers. Because that time, biking was very expensive. eBay was just fresh in the market. You couldn't buy tires. There was no one, as in, you could not get anything. So we sat down, the 7 of us, the 7 founders, and came up with a way of making racing possible. Remember that time it is only Indians and whites who used to race in Kenya. There
With
were no
the
blacks.
superbikes.
Not superbikes in
Rallies.
motocross.
Oh, yeah.
Motocross was a Jungo thing. Rally was an Indian thing. Maybe Calais used to run, but everything else. Africans were nowhere. They could not find Africans in any motorsport. Zero. And this
Why do you think so? Oh, because it was
it
expensive.
was expensive and perception. We have this thing, we're still colonized in our mindset. We're still slaves in a way. So that is why when you started TSA, it was to remove all this mindset that you can do it. And that's why we sat down, the 7 of us, and the 7 of us formed 7 teams. Now, when we did these 7 teams, we didn't choose racers. We sat down, the 7 of us, everyone picked the top 7. Then from there, it is number 2. So the teams were fully balanced. There was no biasness in
No
team
corruption.
selection. There was no corruption. It was done in a room, and it was decided, these and these guys, no, this team is imbalanced. So all the teams were balanced. In terms of capability and ability. When I mean capability, is financial capability. When I mean ability, is the racing ability. There are people who have financial ability but no racing ability but no financial ability. There are people who have financial ability but no racing ability.
Oh, okay.
So you have to balance those 2 things. Now, when that was done, we made the teams. Now, as the 7 now, we are the ones who are sponsoring these teams.
The 7 of you.
Yes.
Your team, for instance. That
Yes.
is
Like my team,
blackrose.
yes. I sponsor their training. I sponsor their racing. You can imagine what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. People sacrificed. I know, like the late Hulk. There's a time he lost more than 4 bikes in one single race. And these are bikes he had borrowed for his team members.
Where were you racing?
He used to race at Tattoo City most of the time. Tattoo City,
okay.
Kiganjo. But Tattoo City was the main place. That time it was not so built up like now. Yeah, it was more
But the road
free.
was good.
Road was good. It was empty. It was all coffee plantations and all. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, that's the level of dedication was so high. In fact, Hulk died because of dedication. He died while training.
He died he had an accident while training.
While training.
What
Why?
happened?
Because he wanted to be the best. The competition was so stiff that people used to you start preparing for the next race even before you got for the initial race. The dedication was so high. You get. And because of what we were doing is when now other organizations started coming into play. Motorcycle Kenya. In fact, I think Motorcycle Kenya was started to fight us.
Now, who are these Motorcycle Kenya? Not people that you knew.
I don't know. Most of them were preachers and pastors.
Really?
Yeah. But if you look, as in the thing, what I'm trying to say is we came in with such a different mindset. What I tell you about, one thing about Kenyans, Africans, and general, let me say people from the equatorial tropical regions, unless you stir them, they will never wake up. That's why we had to be colonized for us to be developed. We had to be slaved for us to understand these things. We have to be given that kick, okay? And that's how we came, the 7. I always say the 7, founding fathers, yeah? We sat down and came up with this idea. We had to jolt it. Now, for this idea to work, we had to be the ones sacrificing. You could never miss a race as a founding father.
You have to be
And
there.
your team could never miss a race. Whatever it takes, even if it means you selling your car, for you to be able to be in that race, you will do it. That is the level of sacrifice was there. But anytime you do something beyond the ordinary, there are repercussions. Anytime you go excess, something has to suffer.
Okay.
Now, what happened is now, the guys who are not racing, the guys who are out there, they start doing what you are doing. They don't know what you've gone through. And that's why I said, thanks to the racing is when safety came in. I was one in charge of safety. Okay? So before any race, we had to make sure everyone has gear. In fact, it was so bad. It was so serious to the point Alan went and imported a full gears. You're talking about shoes, full leather and everything for his team.
All of them.
All of them.
From his pocket
racers,
or?
From his pocket.
Wow.
That is how serious it was. I remember we used to go, you borrowing Paka gears because the condition was your racers must have full leather, proper helmet, not Chinese, proper racing helmet, proper racing gloves, and proper racing shoes. Now, remember the condition again is, as a founding father, your team has to
Participate.
So there's no way out of that. So it means that whatever happens, your guys have to participate. So if your guy comes to you and tells you, I am missing shoes, I'm missing a helmet, what will you do?
You make sure he finds
You make sure he finds one. You get? Now, because of that level of dedication, that level of commitment, people started copying us. Because we used to train. That time there was no single racing track in Kenya. Even these go-kart racing tracks were not there. So
in Whistling Moran.
Yeah. Those were not there. Those are Kajuzi things. Whistling Morans, the Great Rifts, all those things. TJRV, I mean. They were never there. So the only place you could do your practice was where? The roads. And we had put even plans on how to practice on the roads. So on the official practice days, we used to call everyone. We organize using the county, using the local administration, the police, the chiefs, the local guys, everyone. We close the road for 2 or 3 hours to train.
And you're paying for that?
Yeah, you have to grease fingers. This is Africa. You have to grease even if you're not paying, there are people who have to be greased. You get? So you do all that, but people don't see that part. People don't see that, what you're doing. You get? And we do it in a safe environment. We train and everything, and we go home. But because people saw you do that, what do? They will come on their own time. Remember, they're not even members of your team. They're not even members of your training. So they don't go through the briefings. They don't go through the safety precautions. So you'll go on, you can run and find funny people there trying to do what you do.
And they're not the big seven.
They're not. They've not gone through what we've gone through. They've not gone through that immunization we've gone through. You get. So what happens? Infections start. People are dying because they're trying to do what you do, but they're forgetting you do it safely.
Oh, now I see.
You get.
And that's how death started.
Yes, and now when people start dying, who gets blamed? The person being copied. And that's now how other organizations started coming into play to fight what we were doing. Because now there was chance to organize or unite all bikers. There was a chance to make all bikers into nyumba kumis, to handle the road accidents. But it's because of what these initial 7 did. And that's what people don't see. The people don't see that these 7 people, the original TSA founders who sat down and did all this, is why biking is where it is now. So that is why you have more than 10 nyumba kumis.
So the 7 are not dying, they're safe and everything, but the others are just dying.
Yes, yeah.
And they're only copying
what these are doing.
But not everything entirely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So the formation of these other associations, which led to Nyumba Kumis, you're saying it's because there are so many accidents. That's why Nyumba Kumi came about.
Up, yeah.
No other reason, not to unite bikers or.
Unite bikers is just an excuse. You cannot reunite people who are indifferent. The only reason me and you call ourselves bikers is because we bought machines that we. Can you say you unite drivers? You can't.
Yeah, makes sense.
We are so indifferent. United bikers is just an excuse to something. You get.
The main agenda was.
The main agenda is different. Main agenda is organize these people into a group, make money out of them. You get. Call them for a meeting, make money out of them. Call them for this, get sponsors. It's so open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I know
interesting.
I'll be short for this, but it's the naked truth.
It's interesting coming from you, actually. Okay, you are also one of the founding fathers.
Yeah.
So definitely. So now, you guys used to do races. You said where? Tattoo City. And you've also mentioned how the races were organized. So after the races, what next? Do you just plan other races and all that? You didn't have any other initiatives?
Let me tell you. you can only focus on one thing. Now, OCG or CSR, CG what, you cannot do all that. Remember, one race alone used to leave you broke.
Until next time.
Until next time. And the competition was so high. The competition level was so high. Everything, all the best racers in Kenya now, if you look closely, one is related to the original 7 founders. There's something the original 7 founders did.
Current racers who are racing at Whistling Moran?
From Evans, I'm the one who discovered him.
Acid Boy?
Yes, I'm the one who brought him to the limelight.
He used to be for blackrose?
Yes, from Keith, Akina Man's Racing. From Shaiman, Man's Racing. That is all Tafu. Yeah? From Gigi, Akina Styles, all these guys. From Akina Doc and everything. All the main racers, all the guys you can never beat on the track. Those are guys who the founding fathers took into their arms and trained and made them be where they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many racing teams were there?
7.
I thought 7 are the members.
No.
So there was blackrose, there was Styles.
Blackrose, there's Styles Racing, there's Blade Dog.
There's Blade Dog.
There's Nitro.
Which
is on this Blade Dog. Where am I forgetting this one? Fully V, what's the name? I remember.
It's okay. But the blackrose racing team is still...
Red Zone, yeah, Red Zone.
Red Zone.
Yeah.
Blackrose is still existing.
Yeah, but not as a racing team.
Now it's a...
Yeah, because me, when it got into politics, I can't do that. I do something for a passion.
What politics are these Oyaya that I keep hearing about?
Because
during your days, because these days we just hear
like I
stories.
told you, when you do something, everyone wants a portion of the pie. And when everything started picking up, people were getting interviews, people were getting how do I put it?
Endorsements
and all. People thought, these guys, Kina Alan, Kina Ken, Kina Levi, these guys must be making cash, Kina Tafu. But you know, come on, Africa, anytime you see someone make money, you say that guy is a dealer. You don't think outside the box, you know. So people wanted to have the power to control TSA. Everyone wanted a piece of the pie. And you'll find it funny enough, the original founders never fought for it.
Not even once.
Not even once. They let it go. Because their main agenda, the main reason for starting this was a passion to develop a sport. And when you bring in your pussy, you want to make money, or you want to do this, you want it to be what, removes the passion.
It kills the whole vibe.
Yeah, and when that happens, if your main agenda from the word go was to develop the sports, you will not fight for it. Mnataka, chukweni. It was that simple. In fact, we were sat in a meeting and said, mnaitaka, chukweni, we have no problem. Yeah.
But you guys had the responsibility of holding it down to the end.
Yeah, because I remember like Charlie was our race director. He's not among the founding 7, but he's one of the founders. He was a mature guy. You get it? These are not guys who go around fighting for everything. These are guys who want things done in a systematic. Because at that time he used to be, I think, the director at Kenya Airport Authority, and you're dealing with people who are handling things at higher levels. People handling more riskier things. You're handling plane accidents and such things. You get? These are people who are used to safety protocols. And he was our race director. That is the level of operations we were at. You get?
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I'm telling you. When it came to politics, it was too low for us to engage. I hope you get it now.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, it was too low for us to engage.
So you decided to leave?
We decided to
exit?
Be on the sideline and watch.
So you didn't want to bother trying correcting them or starting something else that's more relevant and letting them have this one?
Nah.
Because you guys already have the experience. And you know how these things are done. Like you mentioned earlier, some people started copying you guys and you'd see them suffer. So do you feel like there was need for you guys to just sit aside rather than...
No, it's very simple. I'll give you a good example of Africa. Why I like using Africa, because it's one of the most useless continents. Yeah. Like Africa, every single country in Africa fought for independence. But they never...
Ethiopia didn't.
All except the Egyptians and the Ethiopians. I don't know. I don't think they were colonized. But every single country in Africa got independence. But ask yourself, is there any single country in Africa that fought for its independence? None. Remember that part.
How now?
None fought for its independence. They were given.
The guys just gave up.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, fine.
Unataka, you want your country, have it. What's the name of Mau Mau? They were fighting in Central. It was the whole country. You can't fight in one section of the country and say you got as independence. That's bullshit. You fight in the whole country and say we won because the whole country was fighting. It was only one clique of people fighting for their lands. They were not fighting for independence. They were fighting for their lands. That's one thing you need to know. So my context comes in this part, yeah? If somebody wants his independence, give him. What does he do with it if he's not ready?
What?
They die.
They die.
That's why all the African economies are dying. Now African country was ready. Now look at the countries which were never colonized. Where is the level of their economies? You getting me? We were not ready. They were not ready for independence.
Okay.
So when they were given, they all died. That's simple.
And you all left.
And we all left. We left them their country.
That's very interesting. It's something I did not know. So now, what happened later on? Because now you done the races and they've decided to come and ruin everything and you guys have left. Now you're watching, and what are you doing while?
We were watching and hoping for failure.
Hoping for failure?
Yeah, so that we come back.
And
do it in the right way.
Did it fail?
I know it is sad, but
that's very sad.
The reality of life. For life to be there, death has to occur. That's the reality of life. Yeah. So,
but the TSA died eventually.
I don't know if it is dead. I still see it as a chairman and everyone. I don't know if it is dead. I don't know if it is alive.
But you're the founding father and you don't even know who the chairman is.
Because I moved on.
You moved on. Yeah. So you see, you don't know if it's dead or it's not dead.
It's not dead. But the thing is, there's what I can say is the new kids on the block, they're coming up in a good way.
Oh,
I'll give a heads up to Slick and
Slick,
yeah,
the racing team.
Yes, yeah, and is it called? What's the name? But the group, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the boys, they're doing a good thing. Okay. Being able to manage all those races and everything it's not easy. And remember, they're doing this without the support of the bigger teams. Yeah, it is so hard when you're doing this. You're trying to make teams come in. You're trying to get riders coming in. Remember, that was our biggest issue before. And that's why we formed the teams. So that it is not only you fighting to bring people. You know, when you have a team, let's say like you start a league, a football league. Can that league run if you don't have teams playing in it?
No. It's impossible.
Yeah. So when you give teams the power to be able to manage themselves, now the teams get for you racers. That's the same way teams get players for a league. Yet.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is their biggest hurdle now because they have not formed, their formation is not biased towards racers, acquiring racers, getting people to race. Because, you know, you cannot have a race I cannot be going to the race to see the same old racers. I need to see a new blood. I need to see competition. That is what brings you into a race.
There's need for that,
Yeah, there's need to be changed. Like you always say, the game remains the same. It's only the players that change. And if the players are not changing,
it gets boring at some
gets
point.
boring, yeah.
So in short, you're saying people should, when it's time to retire, hang the boots, you just
but you don't force it, but support it.
Instead.
Yeah, support it. Be part of the growth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So, while you're in the TSA at that time, did you ever, guys, try to bring in the government to acknowledge this race?
Yeah, we tried. But Kabogo really helped us. That time was, he's called the governor for Kiambu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used to sponsor our races. He used to come for our races. He used to even do the honorary laps. Our first ever race, he was there. Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a young blood. He was supporting. And I'd say if he was still in government now, not like those funny akina Mutua Azuko, come promising F1 in it and they make an estate, we will be somewhere. You get? because the focus, I know it is expensive at making a track and everything, because if you look internationally, most of the tracks are owned by a country or a county.
Or from other countries, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's either a county managing that track or it's a country managing that track. If you look at Qatar, it is Qatar in charge of the track. Yeah, Abu Dhabi, same thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're getting. They're not individual tracks.
So it's expensive
It's
to hold.
expensive owning a track. But if you have a government that is more focused on where they're going to get their next contract, unless there's a way we can find them know that you can make money by making a track, then we'll be game.
Oh, okay.
So that is why we didn't bother much about government, because you have to prove they're going to make money. The first thing is to prove they're going to make money.
Okay.
Then
yeah, but it's going to
you
generate
have to
revenue.
work out a kickback for them. And if you look at our approach was more of passion. You didn't want to go there into begging. You wanted the sport to grow by itself.
Yeah, passion don't pay bills.
Yeah. You wanted it to reach a level where the people are approaching us. We want you guys to come and do this. We had reached that level. I remember there's a time governors were calling us to do honorary races in their counties. They could call us. The governor of Meru did that, the governor for Nyeri, the governor for Muranga. Yeah, they used to call us and tell us, we'll close the road for you.
You guys were game.
Yeah, but now you see, now when independence came, everything changed. You get. The focus that was there changed. So people had to go back to the drawing board.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that is the unfortunate thing about it. That's how it died. And that's how the Chinese took over.
Well, that is really sad in the biking community. So you never used to do races in Karirana. What used to happen there instead?
Karirana, okay. Karirana was the biggest challenge. And I'll say that because I was the one in charge of doing the safety for Karirana. We had organized races. In fact, the first initial race was to be in Karirana. It was done in Tatu City. The second race was to be in Karirana. It was done in Tatu City. The fourth race was to be, third race was to be in Karirana. It was done in industrial area. Why? Because every time I used to do a safety, and we used to do it a group, whenever I used to do it, I used to share with the team. It used to fail all safety. And that's why I was saying we were serious about it. It was not a joking matter. We used to go through a full safety checkup and signatory procedure. Everything checked had to be approved by the team, and the team used to sit down to approve all safety checks. I will sit down and write a full safety write-up of what I have seen. They will go and check it again. Come back, then we review it again. That's what I'm saying. It was not a simple process like that. That's why you could have, on a road race, up to 10 accidents and no single fatality in a race, because of all those things we used to do.
Safety measures were observed.
Were observed at very high levels. So Karirana used to fail because of one thing. There were barriers. Now, when you have road barriers, speed does not kill. Stopping is what kills. Speed doesn't kill.
In superbikes or generally?
Everywhere. If speed used to kill, no one will survive going Mach 1 or Mach 2. But stop that guy at Mach 1, he'll die. You get.
Can you explain this theory? Can you expound it?
The theory is like, if I'm moving and I fall down and I don't hit anything, I will survive. But if I'm moving and I fall down and I find this, look at it. This is what kills.
Okay.
This stopping is what kills. This will never kill me. So if I find anything that will do this, I have to do away with it. And that is a road, that is a barrier, that is a tree, that is a signpost, that is an electricity pole, that is a rogue border guy coming in from nowhere, because like Karirana, it is a full estate. And the circuit was more than 6 kilometers. That's why we really wanted to do it. But remember, in the middle of the circuit, there are people living there.
Is this the same circuit we did the other day?
Yeah, the same circuit we did. Luckily, you did it, so you know it. That circuit, we are the ones who had originally planned it. So you can imagine, because Africans are very funny people. You can announce that a road is being closed 2 weeks before. But someone will still wake up in the morning, buy his church nguo, and go to church like he never knew the road was being closed.
And he had it.
Yes. And he's even had bikes running huko juu. But since yuko kwake, he will just enter the road. Now you can imagine someone just coming from his house and joining the road. Casually. Alafu mgonge. And 6 bikes are coming in hot.
Damn.
Yeah. So all those things we used to come, paka unafika, unapata mchochoro, you check it, you go inside it, check. Is there possibilities a boda guy can chomoka from here? If you find any possibilities, it's an X. If you find a way of mitigating, you continue. We can put barriers here, we can put security here. But when it reaches a point, you need more than 300 security people.
That's too much.
It's no longer feasible. You get, yeah.
Okay. Kiganja was the same thing.
Yeah, Kiganja was the same thing. But Kiganja was more because we had 2 routes in Kiganja. There was either Kiganja, the one you check in through, and the other one. So this other one failed safety because of the same things I was telling you. And there are those nut growers with their lorries. They don't respect anything. They don't care about you. That is one. And this other Kiganja on this other side was still a bit not being used because the other road joining Kiambu and I think Gitwe, those sides, was still under construction. So the traffic was low. We could count up to 10 cars in a day. And though that is not a day which the road is not closed. So that means if you close the road, if you are doing 10 cars in a day, it means you're handling, let's say times 2, you're handling only 20 cars not coming through. That is manageable. Yeah. And that's why we used to close, we used to go to to Kiganja for training on a random Saturday. Because we could close the road for 2 hours without interfering with the locals.
That one they'd respect.
Yes.
But during the races, you'd need like the whole day.
The whole day.
Ah, okay.
Saturday, half Saturday, and the whole day on Sunday. And that's why I'm saying this was passion. And these were done by people like Akina Rune, the lady. These are people who used to dedicate their life to this.
Were there girls who were racing?
No. That time it was a bit serious, kidogo.
Are you saying it's not that serious
It's
right
not
now?
that serious now. In
Why?
fact, that time we were begging 300 cc's. We never used to have those 300 cc's and 200 cc's racing.
You are begging them to participate?
Yeah, we were begging them. Everyone used to think we want to kill ourselves.
But
so most of the racers was 600 cc's and 1000 cc guys.
So were you begging the 300 cc's because mostly they were ridden by girls, or still girls were not riding at that time?
There were no riders. You see, like, why I'm saying that is most of these Chinese companies are 6 to 8 years old in Kenya.
That makes the bikes.
The CF Motors, the Benellis, the Jinchengs, the Zhongchengs, all those funny names. They're like 6 years in Kenya. We're talking about racing -8 and below, yeah? Now, before the Chinese came in, no one could afford those bikes. Because a 400cc and a 600cc was going for the same price. You get? So why buy? And these are all used bikes. Why buy a 400? Just go for a 600.
Yes.
Now, when the Chinese came in, they made it easily reachable for everyone. You're buying a brand new bike at 200. A 200cc or a 300cc bike at 200, at 400, you get? So you had more people now coming into the bike scene. Because remember before, you had to know someone to get a bike. Because there were no shops. Getting a bike was a gang thing, you get? Because, now you can just walk into Safe Moto, you can walk into Beth Mobility, you can walk into KTM Kenya, you can walk into Inchcape, you can walk into Kanjeno, you can walk into any shop now and buy. You can even order online and they bring it to you, you get? Those days, you had to know someone who knows someone who sells bikes.
Who used to ship for you guys then?
Most of the guys, we used to do it individually. But Raphael used to do a lot of those for us that time. There were some Ugandans. They used to ship in bikes.
So they'd go through Uganda and then come to Kenya?
No, they just used to buy them just from here. They used to even deliver. Yeah. But getting a bike was hard those days. You had to know someone who knows someone. So that's why you didn't have the newbies. Because there's no newbies ready to go through all that.
So that means there were a lot of insecurities involved.
Yes. And that's why you didn't have the 300cc's racing. Because they were not there. You get now? It's not that we didn't have the racers. We just didn't have the bikes.
But with the evolution of these 200cc's that are Chinese, they were low quality.
Yeah.
because they were cheaper anyway.
Yeah, they're cheaper. It's just something to make you start.
Even if they were to race, they wouldn't.
They're not race bikes. They're just commuter bikes. They're not race bikes. They will not even, some don't even pass my safety. My safety checks.
You know, yeah, during your days, but when you're riding, that's when sports bikes were coming in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure there were people who were riding before you.
Yes.
And how are you guys how did you get to know about this safety thing? Is because for us, we are learning from you guys. We see a lot of arguments on social media of how you should do this.
I'll go back to 2013. That is when safety became a big thing. Before that, safety was just kawaida. Now, because we used to ride, we used to know each other. And we used to ride in the same groups. We used to go for the same rides. We used to go for the same races. We used to have discussions. And like I told you on safety, there were safety requirements. Even before a ride, we used to check. I remember the biggest thing those days, si kama sahi kuna WhatsApp groups za contribution. Siku hizi mtu akiumia au mtu asharuka WhatsApp group contributions here and there. Those days there were no WhatsApp groups. So you can imagine if you get an accident, you're on your own. Literally. You're on your own. It is you and your family looking for mchangos and everything.
You guys will just show up.
Yeah. So what people used to have those arambes. We just arambes a kitambo, people hire a hall, meet up and go. Those were the WhatsApp groups those days. Yeah. So it was quite tiring to treat someone in case of an accident. It was quite involving and taxing because you're calling people. Remember, you're begging people to contribute to someone. In a group, you can put people in a group and have one discussion. But you can remember you want to call 30 people to contribute for someone. It is hard. It is like calling people to ask for Denny. So this is where now we have to look for permanent solutions. And insurance became a big thing. Remember, it is circumstances which are making us now become like this. So before we go to a ride, we had to make sure, first of all, your bike is insured, you have health or medical insurance. That's how we used to do it. And that's how safety picked in. And remember, now, because we are checking on your insurance, both for the bike and your medical insurance, it means we're also checking to make sure that if you go down, you have less and fewer injuries. Luckily, that time the Chinese are not coming, so only original things were available in the market, original helmets, original gear. There were very few fake items at that time. Okay? Now, because of that, safety just picked. And remember, buying a bike like that time, it was not any Tom, Dick, who's here, you can buy a bike. You get? You had to, like I told you, you had to know someone who knows someone to get a bike. By knowing someone who knows someone, it means by the time you know this guy and he's referring you to this guy, before you take that bike, will advise you on what to do. You get?
Okay.
So at point of purchase, you're already being given advice. But now, anyone with money can just walk into a showroom and ride off.
And they'll sell it to you.
Yes. They're after money. They're not after your safety. Remember, this time, your introduction was someone who knows someone. This time is walk into a showroom and buy a bike. So there's no one to introduce you to that safety. So Napata, that's why I always laugh in these groups. Someone has ridden for 2 years, doesn't know what a fake helmet looks like. Doesn't even know the ratings of a helmet. But he's ridden a Jincheng for 2 years. He's been wearing those plastic niggards for 2 years. No one is there to tell him. Mwingine anakuja na kuuliza kwa group, someone who's ridden for over 3 years, PSI ya bike yangu ni ngapi? As in, where do you start? How do you answer that guy?
Are you talking about last week?
No, last week was just juicy. These are things I go through every day. Now, this guy, when he upgrades into a sports bike, remember these Chinese bikes don't have kill switch on the stands. Sindio? Utauzia mtu Yamaha or a Honda or something, you'll go and park the bike. Then he'll call you in the morning. My bike is not starting. Naeka gear 1 in Azima. Why? Because this guy has never used a bike with a stand switch.
Wow.
You get?
The sensor.
Yes. So this ignorance starts from the word go. That now the diversity is too big. The connections are too small. You get? Yeah. And if these guys are going for a ride, it is the Jincheng guys going for a ride. It is the Dayun Flasher guys going for a ride. So they never get any challenges. They never get any experiences. So unapata mtu amekwama kwa hii group yao forever. But before, since the groups were smaller, you could find 400cc guys, 300cc guys in one ride. By the time unarudi home, you're like, hey, I need to upgrade.
It's a challenge.
It is a challenge. you face a challenge. But kama uko na 150 au tunakimbia nao ni 150, where is the challenge? There's no challenge. Mko tu hapa, mmeshinda hapo nyote. Hamjui kumbe the other border has better things.
That must have been a lot.
Yeah.
During your days. I can only imagine. So do you think there were fewer accidents during your time compared to now?
Yeah, there were fewer accidents because
right now there's more accidents.
There's the probability increases with the population. There were less, how do I put it? There were less younger drivers then, because now everyone who has started a job is qualified to get a car loan. Kitambo getting buying a car was a big thing. I remember even us, when we bought a car, the whole family went to see it. Yeah. See, come and say, anyone just walk anywhere. I think there are more showrooms on Gong Road and Thika Road and Kiambu Road than there are butcheries on those roads.
A long time ago,
everyone is
the opposite.
You knew where to buy cars. As in, you could only go to DT Dobby, Toyota Kenya, General Motors, Kanjeno. Those are the only guys who sell cars. Say Ngia Ngong Road, everyone is selling cars. Ngia Thika Road, everyone is selling cars. Ngia Kiambu Road, everyone is selling cars. So apart from the highways being increased, the population of cars has also increased. When I get from Uber drivers who are always on the phone. So that means your chances of getting an accident are higher. And that's why Kenya is at 30%. We have the highest mortality rate in the world. Yeah. It's so because we are growing, yet not regulated.
So it's because of the cages. So
our population is too ignorant for life. Because like the other day I asked someone, if you're on Thika Road, which side do you drive? He says, I drive where there are no cars, or I overtake when I need to overtake. I'll tell you, I think only 5% of Kenyans know that when you're on Thika Road, you're supposed to drive on the left.
Always.
Always. But you'll find Paka lorries are on the right, because our ignorance level is so high. So when you have everyone is driving where they're not supposed to drive, you have Uber drivers who've gotten jobs because maybe their uncles or their cousins want to get rid of them. They want to give them something to do. The confusion is too high. You have border guys who are being trained in Uwanja and Ingia kwa barabara. This guy does not even know what a road sign is. Enda ulize mtu wa boda, ile sign inakuanga na doubt ni ya nini? Ajui. Yeye anajua tu labda children crossing because imechorwa watu hiyo wakicross. You get. But the level of illiteracy on people on the road is so high. It is so high you'll be shocked. The border guys who don't even know that you're supposed to give way to someone who's on your
right of way.
Like this guy is driving here and maybe I'm coming like this. What's the right of way?
Which guy?
This is a car, this is a bike. What's the right of way? This is a T-junction.
The car has the right of way.
No, the bike has the right of way.
How so? Because on the
car.
left.
It is a car. So you're landed because the driver is on this side.
Yeah.
So the road rules are assuming this driver has lesser chances of seeing you. But because you are on his left, you have higher chances of seeing him.
Yes.
So when these people are meeting at a T-junction, this guy should stop for this person to pass. But mtu wa boda anajuanga wa kwanza ndio kupita. That is all they know.
Alafu kimgonga wanaitana.
Mwenye ameingiza kichwa wa kwanza has the right of way. That is all they know. And that is why we have the highest fatality rate. Yeah, that's the sad part.
Now for the bikers who've gone through the training and everything, the super bikers. So the reason why there are so many accidents is because of, you'd say it's because of cages.
No, and it's because of ignorance and people wanting to do what they're not supposed to do. The border guy knows he's not qualified to drive on the road. Because first of all, there should be no border on the highway. You know that?
They're not supposed to be.
They're not supposed to be there. They're supposed to be on the service lane.
They
are service vehicles. They're supposed to be on the service lane.
Is that on the traffic act?
Not on the highway. Yeah, it is there.
Really?
Yeah.
But they just go
Then again, they are below 200cc. They're not supposed to be on the highway. You get? Akina tuk-tuks, they're not supposed to be on a main highway.
Okay, I don't see tuk-tuks on the highway though.
You will. You will see them.
You'll see them,
yeah. So no one cares. No one knows these rules. When you get? So it is just pure ignorance. So we will continue dying because we are ignorant and we don't want to be learned, and we don't want to be the first guy to take that and say, kama say you enda kwa highway, ukuje, you're doing let's say 100 and the guy is on the first lane is doing 100 and you want to pass him, you hoot to him, utaona kufanyia mkono hivi. Ngekuuliza ni nini? Ama kufanyia hivi uruke. He doesn't know that the highway says 110, so if you're on the first lane you should be at 110. If you're not at 110, go to the left. No one knows that.
So given a chance, what would you do about it?
Given a chance, first of all, remove all the bumps in Kenya.
Come on.
That is the first thing I'll do.
Where? Like all the bumps in Kenya?
Every single bump.
Why? Is it because speed don't kill?
No. It's because bumps have been put up to control our ignorance.
Where?
That is the first thing.
Dude, it's like the coffee is hitting you on the wrong side.
No.
At the bumps?
Have been put to control our ignorance.
Why do you think so? So the bump, when you erect a bump near a school.
It's manager ufala yetu.
No, but it's just logic.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, a bright person. Why are there no bumps in England? Why are there no bumps in the States?
Because they're all bright.
No, it's because they reason, they think on the highway. Why are there no bumps in China? They think. You see, if I'm coming and this is a school sign, why should I be at 200? There's a school sign there indicating slow. You should go to 80. After that, there will be a sign showing you've left. You increase your speed. But because we're all damper, I have to put 50 bumps for you to slow down here.
Okay, I didn't think about it from that point of view, but it makes sense.
Yeah, the other thing is, because this guy has opened, and you'll see them on this barabara, because this guy has opened, there's a car bazaar here, there's a supermarket here, there's another laundromat here, there's a supermarket here. Now these guys want business. So what do? Bumps. Slow down the guys for business.
Not because there's a mall.
Yeah. Not that because people need to slow down to turn into the mall. A mall should, first of all, have a turning point before the mall. That is the rule. If there's a mall here, because first of all, you're not supposed to do constructions on the highway. You know that. Okay. Yeah. If you've gone to South Africa, you'll never pass through a town. Naona kama hii sijui unaenda Nyeri unapitia sijui Murang'a, sijui those. If you look at the old towns za kitambo, the planning, if you're going to a town, you have to get off the road to go into the town. If you look at all the towns which are planned properly, look at Naivasha. When you're going to Nakuru, do you pass inside of Naivasha or on the outside of Naivasha?
It's on the outside.
Yes, that's a colonial town. Now look at any town that was designed during those days when people had brains. If not before, yeah, they're all designed offset the road. You get? They're all designed offset the road. So now, because everyone wants biashara, everyone is putting a business on the road.
Now, if you remove all the bumps, do you think the illiterate people will not be literate?
Yes.
See, more accidents will happen and more people will die.
No.
How have you solved the problem?
You solve the problem by killing all the stupid people.
Yeah, you're confusing me. Now, you've removed the bumps.
Yeah.
Now, illiterate people are driving and riding.
No.
Let me
tell you, if you're failing at one thing every day, then I realize you can never pass it. So I give, let's say you cannot ride. You're bad at riding. Then I put training wheels on your car. Will they stay there forever or not?
No. At some point, you learn.
Yes, so assume the bumps are training wheels. Do you want to train people forever?
But at what cost?
Yes, at the cost
of killing innocent people.
When you have a child, umweke training wheels. The reason is you're scared of your child going down and falling. But why do you remove the training wheels with time? You believe he's mature enough to make...
No, you don't remove the training wheels. The training wheels, they flip on this side.
You either remove them or they disappear.
Yeah, in most cases they disappear.
But where does the confidence come from?
When they start disappearing.
Yes. So when the bumps start disappearing, people will start following rules. It's very simple. It is that simple. And reduce mortality rate in Kenya.
Oh, yeah.
It is that simple.
No, you're very controversial. I don't know why somehow I disagree with this theory.
it's the right theory.
Because I really think you can't use the bumps as the training wheels, because the people who are driving and they are illiterate, they are putting the pedestrians at risk.
No, why are you at risk? Because the pedestrian is not crossing where he's not supposed to cross.
No, the pedestrian is crossing at the zebra crossing.
No.
And then you remove all the bumps that you are directed.
Why? Why are you knocking someone at a zebra crossing?
Because the person who's driving is illiterate. Now
Yes.
you put the bumps. Now if you remove the bumps, you will knock that person.
No, just put a rule. You know, the thing is, first of all, if you knock someone at a zebra crossing, unafaa kuarrest mtu na umpatie kifungo ya maisha. Mtu ajue nikigonga mtu ni kubaya. There has to be repercussions. You know, you're not just removing bumps and saying, now let's watch them kill each other. No. You're removing bumps and saying, from now on, all the rules will be followed. If we spot you over speeding, now you put speeding cameras next to schools. That's what they do. Maju, you get.
Okay.
That's the point I want to bring in. You have to bring the discipline. You don't. That's what I'm saying. You don't train someone by putting a training wheels on them forever. You remove the training wheels when the confidence is there. But now you put rules. These are the rules. We spot you doing this, we'll do this. After 10 years, believe me, you'll not even need to use those cameras there. Because mtu yetu atakuwa anazaliwa anajuanga. I used to see my dad akifika kwa shule. He does what?
But people will have died.
Down. It's okay. Like I told you when I started this conversation, for life to be, death has to occur. Always remember that.
Okay, I'd think like this, Oyaya. In Rwanda, there's a speed limit.
Yeah.
The speed limit is at 60 kph. Now, at the same time in Rwanda, if you go to the highways in Rwanda, in a distance of between 0 to 12 kilometers, you can see up to 50 speed cams. And there's only one, that's the main one. And then the other one just keeps on capturing you. I think that would have been a good idea, because Rwanda has no accidents, like so many accidents compared to Kenya.
Get you.
Yeah, so
But
you see, there are no bumps actually, as many bumps as compared to Kenya. I think that would have been the easiest way to handle it, because they are fined when you overspeed, you just get a ticket right to your phone. And I think that's what Kenya is trying to do.
No, remember you're dealing with El Chapo country.
But isn't that how you're sounding? But only now you're the rough version of it.
By giving all those cameras, what you're doing is giving people money to gain money. Because you can put all those precautions and everything, but remember in Kenya, you always pay yourself out. If people
in Rwanda,
become
you cannot
strict,
bribe.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I was saying. Do away with anything that makes this guy be able to get cash. Let death occur. But the new generation will come up to a society that is straightforward. Let that occur in Rwanda for them to be where they are. You get? Acha wajinga wakufe, werevu wa grow. You get?
Well.
That's the reality. Things have to be done the hard way. Yeah.
Okay, so general, during your days, there was so many.
There are not so many accidents because, like I say, the bumps are not there. The stupid border guys are not there. The stupid Uber guys are not there. And if you look at me, most of those deaths are caused by one, bumps. Outer Ring Road has claimed how many riders?
Yeah, I know, a lot.
You get? Because of the bumps.
But they were removed though.
Yes, they were removed, but someone has already died. You get? Which other road is notorious for bumps and junctions? Gong Road before it was made. It's called what? This road is called Jogo Road before it was. Okay, it's always been the same road since I knew it. But anytime they put up a road, the first thing they do is put up bumps, and they're never marked. We have lost so many riders to bumps. Now we are losing riders to border guys. If you just sat down and did your statistics, how many riders died from self-involved accidents versus guys who have been killed by bumps, guys who have been killed by borders, guys who have been killed by Ubers, by Mathris? You'll find that the ratio will be like 1 to 10. Really? Yeah. You'll rarely find someone going down and just dying on his own. Ati mtu alianguka tu na akakufa, alikuja kupatwa hapo. Rarely. It's always someone hit a bump, someone hit a border guy. You get? And that boils down to where? Like I told you, our accident rates are not because we are driving faster, are not because bikes are getting more. It's just because we're in an illiterate country, where solutions are reactional solutions. Mtoto amegongwa pale wa shule, weka bump. That's a solution.
Oh.
The solution is not why mbona aligongwa hapo. You get? Kuna sijui nani gari gani sijui ligongana wapi head on, weka bump hapo, unaingia kwa hiyo kona vibaya. So bump inawekwa before corner na after corner. That is the solution. Watu wa boda wanaangushwa wanagongwa kila siku, wakuwe na association. That's the solution. You get? Instead of making sure before this guy gets a license to be on that border, this guy has gone through every, as in ukimuuliza ile sign ni nini anaweza kuambia na lugha yako. He can tell you in his own language what that sign means. That is what we need. You get? And we have bodies to do that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but before we were not dying because these things were not there. You get? The administrations were okay. The roads were well managed. The traffic cops were not greedy like now. So I could ride to Kisumu and back without many acid. Lakini sasa nitoke naenda Kisumu. First of all, I have to deal with borders. Borders in Ahero, borders in Nakuru. As in every small town I'm entering, I'm just dealing with borders. Kinungi, guys just cross the road. I don't know if you've ever experienced it.
Yeah.
You're going down the hill, a border guy just does a U-turn. So those are the things we're going through. It's not that the number of bikes have increased. It is just that our illiteracy level is becoming uncontrollable due to our thievery nature, which is also increasing.
Okay.
Yeah. So the solution to this is just to go hard knock and say, as I said, if I was given the power today, the first thing I'll do is remove all bumps. Next I'll do, confiscate all borders. All. And I mean all. Hata kama ulilipa, unakumbuka vile ukitengeneza ka highway wanarudishenga watu wa barabara nini inaitwaje shamba pesa, utakurudishia pesa yako.
Boda iende.
We start everything afresh from zero.
Like utawarudishia baadaye wakisha pita.
People are dying. Every day huwezi kosa mtu amekufa hata watu hujui. Ukiangalia aligonga boda, aligonga bump. It's annoying.
Talking of which, before you mentioned traveling like to Kisumu and all other parts, we'll get to that. Now about these accidents, when I was getting into biking, I got to know you, and I used to hear a lot that you're one of the few mechanics who used to do rescues. Like you do rescues up far away.
It is fun doing the rescues because my fuel is catered for, my accommodation is catered for, and I love the riding. So it's a passion, like I told you.
Yeah, because sometimes I see you posting, you're like at 8 a.m. you're going to Nanyuki rescue, and by 10:30 you're there.
It's called loving the job.
So there are no mechanics in Nanyuki, or?
Yeah, there are no. These are specialized bikes. You can't just walk into any garage. Let me tell you, even the best BMW car builder cannot work on that bike.
This one specific.
Yeah. Because you see, the operations of a bike, of a motorbike, and the operations of a car are totally different. Unajua gari kikwama kwale kwa barabara, you can call any mechanic. What is he going to do? Is he going to pop up the bonnet and he has access to everything? Lakini hii bike ikizima sahi unaanzia wapi?
Trial and error.
Yeah, you see. And that's why people call me that far for rescues, because they don't want trial and errors on their bikes. Yeah, they attack your trial and error. That trial and error can cost you. And these things are not cheap.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
So that is why someone will comfortably call me to go to Nanyuki. Not that he has the money, not that he cannot get people. There are mechanics there, thousands and thousands. But he wants someone who's coming to do what he knows he's doing. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so it is a
interesting.
trust thing that makes me be able to travel like that doing rescues. Yeah.
So how did Blackrose Garage come to be?
From passion.
Still passion?
Yeah.
Did you see the need, like the no mechanics?
No, I just started it as I was broke. I needed to do something. Okay, I used to fix people from just as a hobby from the house. I've always had a garage. I've always, because I've grown up always liking to tweak around with things. So even at my place, I just made a garage for my own things. So I just started doing things here and there. Economy ikaanza kuwa mbaya, so I have more time at home. So I just started working on bikes. Kidogo, I'm getting demands, and I just turned it into a business. That's it.
Which year is this?
2015.
2015 is when you started the garage.
2016 is when But later on, 18, 19 is when I started being serious.
So initially you were just fixing bikes as a DIY and not a
So
serious
as
thing.
one thing. I'm never serious about it. Yeah.
And then now you saw the need, like it was a gap.
Yeah. Okay, I'm a professional mechanic. Yeah, I've gone through all these things, all the way from, from high school, learned all these things. Used to do power mechanics and all. So these are things I need. Certainly, I surprised myself. I'm technical by nature, so when the need came, I just decided to take it over. Yeah.
That is very interesting. Yeah. So tell me about the travels with the GS. Like after you transitioned from superbikes, why did you decide to go to GS, and why did you see the need to move from superbike to
GS.
to off roads?
I know one thing you don't know. This is the safest bike in the world. Did you know that?
No, I think my R6 is the safest bike.
No, yours is a Widowmaker.
No, the ZX10 is the Widowmaker.
Okay, the GS from statistics and everything, it has been classified and placed as one of the safest bikes to ride in the world. From the braking to the handling to the low gravity engine levels, sitting positions, endurance, and wind resistance and all that.
Traction control,
everything, the tires, and ease of service. I can say it's one of the best bikes to tour around with for people my age. For the guys who like the Tokyo ones, they go for the KTMs and all, the Multistradas and all. But my transition from superbikes to this was, first of all, racing stopped being serious.
Oh, okay.
That was the first main reason. Because before we used to buy superbikes because we were racing them.
That's the fun of superbikes.
Yes,
and all.
yeah. That is what we were doing. We were not buying the bikes because we needed them, but because race got serious. I remember I even bought the K1200 race, and I made sure it was delivered before it was in the Soul area race. I bought it a week before. I had the Blackbird, but I didn't want to race it because I found it to be slow. And the industrial area circuit needed a bike with traction control, but most importantly, with ABS. Because all the bikes that went down in the industrial area, none had ABS. Because they were doing 90-degree angles.
Where in the industrial area? Is it the ICD area?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And when I checked the specs on the K12, the ABS thing is what actually killed me on that. That's why I bought it. And even when the next bike I got was an R1, then I got myself a Hayabusa. Yeah, Hayabusa.
Eesh.
But all these bikes I was getting because I was racing.
Literally, you've ridden all the bikes.
Yeah, all the best bikes.
You were serious about that.
Yeah. So when racing died, there was no reason for me. I didn't have any reason to buy a superbike at all. And I was doing more of touring. So I got myself into the touring category because of that.
No drama there.
No drama. Easy, relaxed. You get to tour, you can do distances, it is comfortable, it is safe. You're good. But I still cool superbikes with it, so there's no difference.
Really?
Yeah. So you can come even tomorrow, I cool.
I know, yeah.
I'm the king of cooling superbikes.
The other day with the R6, actually, I'd say you do that because you have experience.
No, it's not experience.
I think it's experience.
Let me ask you. You can run. You've been walking all your life, yeah? But why can't you beat Kipchoge? Why can't you beat Bolt?
Practice.
No. But if it is experience, you all have the same experience.
No, but
you've all been walking all your life.
But he's been walking longer.
It's about
He's
skills.
been walking longer.
Experience, it is skills.
No, he's been walking longer. Yeah, he's been walking longer than me.
No, he's walking better.
No, I highly doubt that. I think,
remember skills.
yeah, because I saw even the other day when we went to Karirana, I don't know, I was doing over 200, but you're still like 100 meters away from me. I was wondering, what speed were you doing at that
With my weight and everything.
With your traction control.
Yes, and my traction control. But it's just, with time, we always say seat time is everything. You're right. Seat time is everything. And most people don't know what seat time means.
What does
seat time does not mean I go to the track every day. Seat time does not mean I spend all my fuel at Karirana. Seat time does not mean I'm riding. Seat time means anytime I have a chance to use the bike, let me use it. Because there are people who have bought bikes, but they only ride them on the weekends. When it starts raining, that bike is packed. You will never get experience. Go slide on that matope, anguka, then tomorrow you'll never make the same mistake.
You'll know why you...
Always remember, the more mistakes you make, the better you become at making those mistakes. And when you become good at making mistakes, it means you'll never make those mistakes. You get? So, wewe ukikaa, kukianza kunyesha, bike imefunikwa. Will you ever know to ride in rain? You can't. Unaenda job because I live on Thika Road. Naenda, any traffic. I can't go with my bike. Will you ever know how to ride in traffic? You'll never.
But there are those who are not interested in...
It's not about interest. Why did you get the bike for?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so ungenunua kitu ingine.
Kama tuk-tuk.
Yeah. So be serious because you're... Si ati una nini hivyo, alafu unakuja ride unasema, hey, you guys, how you guys able to do this? You've been having a bike for 10 years. What were you doing with it? You get? And that is what seat time is. Any chance you get to use a bike, use it. Wanataka mkate imeisha kwa nyumba, toka na bike, endo kalete.
Na usiende kwa duka ya hapo. Enda ya Thika.
The farthest duka. Na ule unajua, the chances of yeye kuwa amefungua na kuwa nao ni ngumu, so that you miss and come back.
Utafute duka ingine.
That's how you do it.
I really
you're
get
going
your
to
point.
to work. Use Karen.
The longest route.
Yeah, in a traffic. See, your problem was traffic.
Yeah, by the way, that's how you gain the experience.
Yeah, that's how you gain. That is what seat time is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how you learn. Unajua, kukinyesha, this is my level of braking. If it is dry, this is my gears. When it is dusty, I get into a dust road, I use my rear brakes more. I chase with my front. You don't have to be lazima ukuwe na ABS ndio ujue hizi vitu. Teseka.
Very important.
Teseka kwanza. Usipoteseka utaijua shida.
But you know what, wengi wanaogopa because ukianguka na sports bike and you're fixing that bike is...
Yes, because you know why? I'll tell you this for free. You are a weekend guy. No, you're a weekend rider.
Yeah.
So that means these guys who have seat time like crazy, Akina Tony Gadogo, who use the bike, I think even in their bedrooms, Akina Moha, you know, you talking about these are guys who ride every day and end up on a bike. Akina Kolo, these are guys who are always on their bikes. And the 1000cc, these are bikes which are not even bikes they're supposed to use on the street. So they call for a meetup on Sunday. Where are we going, guys? We are doing Nanyuki loop. Sindio, you weekend ride umetokea. These are guys who have been with the bike the whole week. They already know their problems. They already know bike yetu iko na brakes tumefix. Wewe ni mtu wa weekend, hata ujui bike ina shida gani. Because you've not done any long distance, you don't do any proper riding. Umetoka now.
Unaenda tu.
What will you do the whole route? You'll be playing a game of chess and keep up.
They're waiting for you, and then they're gone.
And that is why you'll go down. And these guys, you'll never hear them going down. You get? These are guys who will be going for those rides every weekend. Like anytime there's a newbie in that mix, he's gone down. Anytime someone new, why? Because they don't have the seat time. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You get? So wewe utaanza kuona bike nikitoka naanguka. It's because you're a weekend rider. But if you ride every day, you'll not be doing those crazy speeds. Remember, ukianguka at 60 kph town sijui wapi. Those are small accidents. You can still come, unibele wewe neje nipachi hapo uendelee. Lakini wewe ni unangoja watu wanaenda nyoka Saturday, Sunday ndio umetokea. You're chasing up. Kidogo umeingia barrier. That bike is a write off. But who is to blame? You. You get? I hope you're understanding that part.
Yeah, seat time.
Because you're not doing your seat time. You're scared of going down and you end up going down. But the guys who have their seat time are so confident wanaingia hizo makona with worn out tires because they have the confidence they can handle. They know my brakes, I don't have a BS I can handle. I know I'll go to work every day with this bike even when it is raining. Najua nikiishika hivi ita handle. Lakini hujui. Umefika nyoka kumeanza kunyesha, wewe ni stress sasa unakula. Unatafuta rain gear kwa group. Na hata shughuli ya hizo.
Mashaga, what the hell?
Yeah, kuna mashida ndogo zenye watu ana. People are riding with jackets. Wewe ndio unatafuta rain gear ya nini? Pedo za nini? Finya kitu, mvua inyeshangi the whole way.
Kuna pale utapata kuna mvua.
So that's what I mean by seat time. It means using the bike anytime you have a chance to use it. Anytime.
I really get your point.
Yeah.
I see. I see what you're saying. So have you gone out of the country with your bike?
Yeah. I've done Congo. I've done
Solo?
TZ. I'm doing Rwanda in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. Don't go past 60 when you get there.
I will Jipanga. I'm from Kenya. I know how to Jipanga. But I'm doing a tour, so I won't be doing high speeds.
You're doing it solo?
Yeah, I'm doing solo. I'm doing more of a scenic tour. So I'll be more on the off-roads than on the highways. I'll be doing the country roads. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That must have been a very good experience with you, Oyaya. So I wanted to ask you, like, what are some of the craziest experiences you've had during your days in terms of accidents and the thrills on the highway, the adrenaline?
Yeah, I think the worst was it 2014 or 15. There's a time someone was dying every Sunday.
Someone was dying every Sunday?
Yeah, can't remember the year. But that is the time the Nyumba Kumis were formed. Why can't I remember the year? But every Sunday someone went down, was going down, and they were dying. They were all fatal accidents. Yeah, that was my craziest year because I was going for a funeral every month for a biker. It was becoming scary. Even if you go down, and that's why even I think I went down in the same year. You go down, people just see fatality. That was my craziest year, and if I didn't stop riding during that year, I don't think I'll ever stop because nothing has ever beaten that time. And you know, it's not like now you hear someone died. It's someone you're struggling to put. Unamjua, umemwona. This is a time when the people who are dying are the people you're riding with every day.
You know them.
These are people you know personally. You know their wives' names. You know their toys' names. You don't need to be sent a picture to know who's just died. You get? And that time I lost I think more than 11 people I knew personally, close to me.
And you're saying every Sunday?
Yeah. If you don't know him, every Sunday there was someone dying. In short. There's a time one weekend people are dying like 4, 3, 2. It was bad. And I always say, if I didn't stop riding that time, I don't think I'll ever stop. Yeah.
That sounds scary, actually. Some people would actually stop riding.
Yeah.
They'd be like, if that's what this brings.
And I know many people who stopped riding. Many people.
Because of pressure from families.
Like in this pilot guy, Kinalan slowed down their riding, even bought a neck brace.
Which pilot guy?
I'm trying to remember his name. But he went down, and when we went to see him, his wife chased us out of the hospital.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Do families really, they don't acknowledge? Because even right now what we're facing is that when a biker goes down and then the biker dies, the family starts blaming the bikers.
It's always been like that. But things changed. I think now I'm doing my 25th year.
In biking?
In biking, yeah. So I'm good. I'm surviving. I'm surviving the war.
This is your final, like...
It's not my final. This guy is just...
What's bigger than this?
There's okay, in terms of adventure, there's the Multistrada, this bike is called what? What is the name? There's a Harley, it's called what? I've forgotten the name. But, okay, when you're already at this category, whether it's a 1400, 1600, same level. I don't see much difference. But at this level, all you do is upgrade to newer year because now they've just released the 1300 and yeah, we are thinking where we're going to steal the money from. But you're saying you can still... Because that bike is looking nice.
You said you can still gap them.
Yeah. I still cool at 1250s. I'll never buy a 1250 because this is still better than 1250. The reason I do solo rides is because I hate inconvenience. That is one.
You mean like going with other people?
Yeah, bikers are very funny people. You'll call for a group ride. You know me, I like if I'm leaving at 7, I'm leaving at 7.
7 is 7.
7 is 7. Bikers, if you say 7, you'll be leaving your midpoint at 9. And with 50% of the original people you're supposed to go with.
The rest have
because everyone wants to be active on a group. Everyone wants to look like they talk, they are visible in a group. You put up a ride, everyone will sign in. Everyone will say we are coming. Everyone will hype it. On D-Day, out of 10, you'll get 5 people appearing.
That is true.
That is, yeah. Now, these people will come. Out of these 5, if it is not one newbie or 2 newbies, there's always a newbie. Now, this newbie, first of all, you'll be running on useless old tires, an unserviced bike, or a chain just about to go. When the ride, 50% on the ride, either he loses a chain or his tire goes. Sasa mmekaa, because you can never leave a rider, mmekaa hapo mnatengeneza tire, mnatengeneza chain, sijui alikuja fuse gani imeungua, mnarudi usiku au tire yake haifanyi. I mean, seriously, I hate such things. And
But you're a mechanic.
yeah, but I went for a ride. I didn't go to build. And one thing you'll know
You didn't
is,
go rescue.
yeah, if you're on a ride, you will never make for someone something and they pay.
Hiyo inaenda hivyo.
Hiyo sahau.
Hiyo ni
That is
from
lost
biker to
time.
biker.
Yes, that is lost time and lost, because you're in a group ride. You don't expect to be doing business on a group ride.
Hiyo utakamtiaji.
Yeah, because you instead of going to relax and enjoy, you end up, you're changing tires, you're changing rims. Also, you ameanguka because he doesn't know how to ride. You are unbending handlebars. You get. So when I'm alone, let me die alone out there. But let me go knowing I serviced my bike. I put new tires.
It's good to
My
go.
lights are working. I have like 50 lights in front of me. If anything happens, I have my insurance here. I have my medical here. My bike is insured. My tires are brand new. I have my GPS. My side mirrors are working. In case of anything, my toolbox is there. I am not inconveniencing anyone. That's why I do solo rides. That's the only reason. Not that I hate people, but I hate inconvenience.
I didn't say you hate people.
Yeah.
You mean there are newbies?
Yeah, there are newbies with such bikes.
But I've never seen a young guy on this bike.
Yeah, because it's not a cheap bike.
Yeah, how? Okay. Oh, yeah, our name is almost hitting.
Yeah, but the one thing I'll tell you, at the age of 19, 25, you're still a show-off. Okay? This bike is not a show-off. This is a utility bike. Okay? A show-off bike is a bike, when you rev, people think that you have a good exhaust. I know people buy bikes because of exhaust, not because it's in a good condition, but because the reviewer can see exhaust.
Cross-plane engine.
Yes, there are people who buy such bikes because of the exhaust, because of the speed, and that, not because of the utility or usability. Okay, and those are mainly people between 19 and 25. That's why they don't have these bikes, because to them this is not a show bike. This is a slow, bulky bike to them. You get. It is only until they come with their R1s, with the Yoshimura, sijui nini, hizo vitu zote America zote, then you reach Nakuru before him. That you realize he has a slow bike. Why? Because first of all, he has like 100 bumps to deal with. Me, I have 0 bumps to deal with.
When kusimama.
Mimi ni kusimama nikienda. So before he deals with these 100 bumps, so he's slowing down at a rate of, let's say he's losing 80 kph every bump. So in short, he's losing 800 kph. If you do your maths, the math way, the way we were taught. Sijui train is coming from where, sijui where, what time will they meet?
Speed and times.
You realize this guy, the guy on the GS, is averaging 140 kph. Max akenda sana 160. The super bike guy is doing to 20 to 40. But this guy will reach Nakuru before him.
A win is a win. It's loud and you're fast.
No, that is the only win for girls. But this guy, he'll reach Nakuru. This guy was doing 240, had braking and everything. And Afika Nakuru, they're going to the same hotel. This guy will park his bike there and go to the bar and order a cold beer. The super bike guy will park there and rush to the room to shower. Why? He's been adrenalining himself all the way. This guy has been enjoying himself. So the chances of this guy enjoying his night and this other super bike enjoying his night, as already you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's called a touring bike. You're supposed to tour and enjoy and relax.
So would you say there are people who are your age and they're newbies on this bike?
Yes, they are. I met a French guy, I think he was 52 years old, and his first bike was a GS. And the first time when I met him, because he had just bought the bike, so he brought from where he was referred by one of my friends to bring the bike for me to check it before he fully pays for it. And when he brought the bike, I asked him, "This is your first bike?" He's like, yeah, this is my first bike. I was trained by Akina, what is his name? Like they trained the guys to the cube bike. I was trained there, and after the training, I bought this bike. So I'm like, what made you buy this bike? He's like, I bought it for freedom.
Freedom.
Yes, I just need to tour the world. So I asked him, well, what's the difference? He's like, I'm cursing why I didn't do it earlier. You get. So that tells you the freedom this thing gives you. You can't compare it to a superbike. You can't compare it to a cruiser. Gives you the freedom to explore. Yeah, that's why it's a grand tour, and that is what I needed. I needed to have my freedom. That's why I moved here, not because of speed, usijui mgongo. Just want that if I'm doing Rwanda, I'm doing it in a comfortable way. If I'm
No
doing
bending
South
or-
Africa, yes, I'm doing it in a comfortable way. You can't even do TZ with a superbike.
Tahema.
Yeah.
Actually, some people do, but I get
Yeah,
your point.
you
It's
can't,
it's
yeah.
it's hectic.
It's hectic, yeah. So why buy something that you'll only use on the weekends to do road attacks?
Highway attacks.
It doesn't make
And then-
anything, yeah.
So anyone who wants to transition, you can get a sport bike and then
Yeah,
have
you
this.
can, if you're young and you need the women to be excited, just get a sports bike.
It's about the women.
Yeah, everything is about the women. That's why we are men. Everything is about the women.
Really, I believe just the same way with you. Your first sports bike was out of passion, yeah.
No,
Most
it was
people-
because I told you, you didn't really. The reason I bought a sports bike is because I went for a group ride with the DR750. And I was cool with a good one. And me, I don't like defeat. I went back to the shopping board and bought the fastest bike in the world at that time, which was a Honda Blackbird.
No woman was involved.
No, it was the fear of being defeated made me buy the fastest bike in the world at that time. I hate
You're not
losing.
feeding your fears.
Yeah, I hate losing. That's why.
That is interesting. That is interesting. Well, at least you've shed some light on the biking scene as when it started. The only thing I'm interested in knowing right now is do you think bikers right now, especially super bikers, if they have an opportunity to speak to the government and get to have a track, how would you say they go about it?
I would say just remove the government out of it. That's the first thing you'll do. Remove the government. Go county level. Remove the national government. It is so useless and so unfocused. Yeah? Go to county level. Why I say county level is you're more likely to meet a friendlier face at county level. You're more likely to do a business pitch idea of a track to a county governor or a county sports manager than to a national. You get? If I go to Nanyuki and I know there are very few things, or I go to, let me use a good example. If you're going to Azolo, Tok, your area, Imali area, there are very few economic activities in there. But if you approach a governor and told him, I want you guys to do a track here. Now in this track you'll do this. You'll make fish ponds, you'll make hotels, you'll make this, and you will market it as a county track. Give it even your name. Governor Nani's track.
With the county government money.
Yeah. Because it literally a track managing it, because it's not a profit venture, first of all. You see, like you cannot build a stadium to make money out of it in Africa. It's the same thing, because the cost of building a track is the cost of building a stadium. If you didn't know that, it's at par.
I thought a truck is bigger, slightly bigger.
Yeah, it's actually more expensive because you're using the road and all that. You have to put out the runoffs. You have to put the accommodation.
Amenities, so many.
The whole of those matches, sitting ninis. You have to do all that. Now, the investment versus the ROI does not make any sense. That is why it has to be a county or a government thing. You see, when the government is doing Nyayo National Stadium, or let's say Kasarani, they're not doing it as a profit-making venture. They are building it as a development venture to develop sports, to attract. You see, like wanting to host African Cup of Nations, it's not that they want to make money out of it. You're selling your country as a name. You're selling your country as a destination. You get. So you can never you can never approach a businessman umwambie tengeneza track. Your ROI does not make any sense. You get, because first of all, to use a track, a bike, let's say you charge 2K a day. That is not profit making. the maintenance of that Lamy alone is too high for that.
For 2,000.
Yeah. Because remember, if this gear goes down, it's going to scratch the Lamy.
You have to repair it.
You have to repair it every time. And a race track cannot have patches. Remember that. It cannot be patched.
You have
It
to
is
fix
repairing,
it
it is repairing the whole area. You get?
But Whistling Moran seems to be doing...
No, that's not a race track.
Yeah, I know, but it's more of a...
That's a go-karting barabara.
It does not need much.
Yeah, but you see, that is not... You cannot host a proper race there.
But there are races happening there.
Yeah, because that's the only option we have. It's like mkicheza futa, mnacheza kwa mchanga mkiwa watoi. Si ati hakuna na nyasi Kenya, but mko mnacheza kwa mchanga because that is the only access you have. So say tunakimbia Whistling Morans because that is our only mchanga. You get? Yeah, but in terms of international standards or anything, even for go-karting, it does not even meet the requirements.
The
internationally.
Whistling Moran?
Yeah, it doesn't. The only track in Kenya which I think is close to meeting international levels in terms of barabara quality is TGRV.
And that's for it's for go-kart still.
In terms of, when I say levels, I mean the material used for the Lamy. TGRV hata kukinyesha aje, you'll never see water flowing on top of that Lamy. You'll never. Hata kunyesha ile mvua ina drip, utaiona maji inapita hivi. Sinks immediately.
Why are bikers not using it instead?
Because of distance.
And now you mentioned distance. Bikers don't like to ride.
Distance and, it's not, because ukeka race huko, it's not economically viable to host it there because you can't bring back your investment.
Okay. I've never been to the TGRV, but...
the Lamy is good quality. Only distance is
only issue.
Because going that track, you can actually, the traction is so perfect. It's one of the tracks you can do high-speed corners without Kokopa.
Is it bigger than Whistling Moran?
The same distance, but Whistling Moran is a bit bigger by around 0.4 kilometers, 0.2 or 0.4. Should be.
Oh, so TGRV is slightly smaller.
It's just that the TGRV layout is flat and not widespread. Whistling Moran is a bit hilly, contoured, and widespread. But in terms of distance, I think it's 0.2 or 0.4. No, not much. Not something to take home.
Nice, interesting. Well, thank you so much, Oyaya. You've really shed some light, and it's been nice having you on my show. I hope I can have you again. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Karibu sana.
As long as you're buying the coffee.
No
problem.
You say that's your favorite every time you come here. You used to come here.
Yeah.
Sasa, thank you so much. Asante. Thank you for coming.
Asante.